this video you are going to see one experiment on DC shunt motor. The name of the experiment is load test on DC shunt motor. This is our experiment table. This is the DC shunt motor. DC shunt motor consists of stator winding and rotor winding. Stator is the field winding, rotor is the armature winding. The armature winding terminals are A1 and A2. Then field winding terminals are F1 and F2. The terminals are connected on this board back side. Here A1, A2, F1, F2. The DC motor is start by using a 3-point starter. The purpose of this starter is to reduce the starting current. Without the starter, it cannot start the motor. This starter has 3 terminals. The terminals are L, F, A. L means line, field, armature. These terminal connections are given in the back side of this board. So we are connect just the meters on this board. Now the aim of the experiment to conduct load test on DC shunt motor and to obtain performance characteristics. What is performance characteristics? The performance characteristics means output versus speed, output versus torque, output versus efficiency. By the use of these characteristics, we can easily identify the motor efficiency. When the load increases or output power increases, what about the efficiency, torque, and speed of the motor? Now let's see the apparatus required. The required apparatus are, first one is the voltmeter type moving coil, 0 to 300 volt. Required quantity is 1. This is our required voltmeter. Then second apparatus, ammeter of moving coil type, 0 to 20 ampere, required quantity 1. This is our required ammeter. Then again, third apparatus also ammeter. It's also moving coil type, 0 to 2 ampere of quantity 1. Then the DC meters are moving coil types. Then rheostat, the rheostat of more than 1000 ohm, nearly 0.8 ampere. This is our required rheostat. Then tachometer. The purpose of tachometer is used to measure the speed. It may be digital or analog tachometer. You want to the tachometer, the range is 2.5 to any range, more than 1500 or 2000 range RPM. Here I take 2.5 to 99,999 RPM, one quantity. This is the digital tachometer. Then connecting wires, say required quantity of connecting wires. Then fuse rating. Fuse rating, normally the fuse rating is 120% of rated current. The rated currents are given in the nameplate details of the motor. This is manufacturer fixed this value, designed value. Suppose the rated current is 20 ampere, means the fuse rating is 120%. That is 120 divided by 100 into 20. That is our fuse rating. Just 25% greater than our full load current or rated current. Before going to start the motor, you consider some precautions. The 3 precautions are: the motor field rheostat should be kept at minimum resistance position. Then motor should be start at no load condition. Then third one, the motor should be cooled by circulating water throughout the experiment. These are the 3 important precautions before going to start the motor. Then circuit diagram. Here this is the circuit diagram of load test on DC shunt motor. Here plus minus, say power supply, 220 volt DC supply, DPST switch. Nowadays here the MCPs are used. Here the fuse rating designs value is 27 ampere you got. This is a fuse rating. Then the voltmeters are connected across the power supply. Then ammeter is connected in series with the power supply. The ammeter negative terminal is connected to line of the starter. Then field winding. Field winding is given to rheostat. This is the rheostat minimum position. Okay, the output is taken directly near to its minimum position. So the current entering like this, here to here. No resistance coils are cut out here. The direct current entering, the current from the line is directly entering into the field coil. The field coil terminals are F1 and F2. Then this is armature. The armature terminal is connected to A1 of the armature winding. Then A2, F2, and voltmeter negatives are connected to the power supply negative. This is the simple connection. Here the motor armature is coupled with motor shaft. Here the motor shaft is coupled with brake drum with spring balance arrangement. By the use of the spring balance arrangement, where we can increase the motor load or decrease the motor load. The load increases, the load current also increases. We can take the meter readings up to the full load rated current or less than this full load rated current. Beyond this rated current means the motor winding will damaged. The load increases, the load current increases. So that when you take the reading, at the same time look at the ammeter. You increasing the load means look at the ammeter and correspondingly increase the load in steps up to or near to full load rated current. Okay, step by step measure the readings. The readings are marked in this tabular column. Here the voltmeter reading, supply voltage, the no load reading. The no load reading means this belt arrangement is completely free. Okay, not the belt is not connected to its brake drum. The motor freely rotate. That time take the reading. That is the kilogram weight is 0. That value is no load reading. Here measure the no load voltage, no load current, then spring balance reading. This is 0, 0. The difference between the speed also, difference between the weight also 0. Then calculate the speed, torque, input power, output power, efficiency. These are the calculated value. Then second, increasing the load slightly. So that what happened? The current value slightly increased. Load increases, the current value increases. Here write the load values in kilograms, the difference between the load current S1 difference S2, again calculate the remaining terms. Then third step also increasing the load. Then up to the last reading, the load current is near or less than equal to full load rated current. Okay, rated current. The rated current value is given in the nameplate details. Don't take the reading beyond this rated current. The reading increases greater than the rated current means the motor winding will damaged. We measure number of readings means the output characteristics graph is very accurate. Now connections. Let's see the connection. How to connect this load test on DC and motor experiment. Here just consider this board. Here all the connections are given, motor connections, supply connections plus minus, starter connections LFA, then motor terminals, armature winding A1, A2, then field winding F1, F2. All connections are given in this board with the MCB power supply indicators. Directly give connections in this board. Here this is the circuit diagram. First of all, connect the voltmeter across the power supply. That is, the common terminal is connected with positive, then the negative terminal is connected to 300 volt because our range is 0 to 300 volt. This is the voltmeter is connected across the power supply. Then ammeter is connected in series with the power supply. That is, the common terminal is connected with positive, then this 20, because our range is 0 to 20 ampere. This 20 is connected to starter L. Okay, the starter L line. Here in the circuit diagram, as per our circuit diagram, the 20 is connected to L. Then F2 rheostat input. This is the rheostat output. This is the minimum position of the rheostat. The power supply enter here and enter into this point. Okay. Then leave through. Then output to F1. Rheostat output to F1. This position is rheostat minimum position. Suppose this point is here means the rheostat maximum position. Then F2 to ammeter positive. This ammeter for measuring the field current. Ammeter negative is connected to supply negative. That is, the ammeter 2 ampere is connected to supply negative. Then starter terminal A is connected to armature terminal A1. Then armature terminal A2 is connected to supply terminal negative. This is our connection. After completing this connection, once again check the connection. Voltmeter connected across the power supply, the ammeter connected in series with the power supply, then starter connections also correct, then field winding and the rheostats are connected in series, the armature terminals also connected correctly. Now switch on the power supply. Then start the motor starter, 3-point starter, slowly from left side to right side. Now the motor rotates. Now take the readings. For readings, then increasing the loads in steps, also measure the readings. In tabular column, the torque value is calculated by using the formula 9.81 S1 difference S2 into R. R is the radius of the brake drum. Then output power can be calculated by using formula 2 pi nt divided by 60. N is the speed, T is the torque divided by 60. Input power V into I. Input voltage into input current. Then efficiency can be calculated. Percentage efficiency is equal to output power divided by input power. This is output power. This one is the input power into 100%. Here, how to measure the radius of the brake drum? The radius R can be measured by using a flexible wire. First of all, measure the circumference of this brake drum. Then 2 pi R is the circumference. From this, calculate the radius and also add the thickness of the belt. You get the radius of the brake drum. Then finally draw the graph, that is the performance characteristics, then torque versus speed characteristics. Thus, the load test on DC shunt motor is conducted such a way. Then also find the output graphs, the performance characteristics graph. Thank you.